Yeah, it makes zero sense to use anything else. Putting the pink stuff in would have been awful. Routing electrical through the pink stuff would have been awful. Using just the flat giant sheets of foam would have left all of those corrugated spaces completely hollow. It fits like a Lego. The boxes are like Legos. So I mean, I can only hope our furniture and everything else fits like a Lego, and I think we'll be good from there. This all started with being able to weld personally. I couldn't build a house out of stick with a hammer and nails if I wanted to, but I can weld one for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. We were told by architects, by builders that we couldn't do, shouldn't do, can't do, and the architect that we picked out kind of got in a little bit of an argument on time to build it, on our capability, and his timing and cost. And I kind of went to Cole and said, Cole, what are we going to do? This guy, we don't want to work with him. We know that he's not giving us the right vibe. And Cole, where'd you take it from there?
I just grabbed some poster boards. In all reality, maybe, you know, there might be a 1/4 inch thick. Those little foam poster boards. I traced all my, you know, mini templates out onto those, cut them out, and toothpicked them together, I think, was really it. So it had functioning doors, like there was furniture in each piece. You could get an idea of what inside and outside would look like, minus, you know, the exterior look of the containers. In a couple hours, we had an idea of what we thought we wanted the house to look like, and then when it came down to it, we had them all stacked in a day. So from the foam model to actually building the containers, I feel like there's just a size difference. As long as you have the right tools, it's the same exact process.
Yeah, and as Cole said, and then we had a physical model that we could even model out how we were gonna, what container would be the first one to bring in, what would be second, third, how the assembly process would work. Every 20 minutes, a shipping container, one of 10 containers would show up. We would drop it on the ground, the crane would pick it up, one guy on the bottom on the ropes turning the container in the air, two of us up on the other structure, and we welded it directly to the footing, directly to one another. And within 8 hours and like 25 minutes, we were stacked, welded, 10 containers in place, 34 feet tall, 55 feet wide by 55 feet long. And we had the beginnings of our home.
Welcome to Carbon Dwell Homes. This was the first big project that we had. Personal project built out of 10 or so shipping containers. Right now you're standing in the middle of kitchen/living room. You can see the seam of the 2 containers up top. So there's 2 40-foot by roughly 9 high containers that we're standing in now. We graduate from the entrance into the main living room. There is a little bit of stick that went into this room, but the main beams up top carry from the main living room into the entry living spaces you saw and act as the main structural supports. We have 2 containers stacked here. On the other side is my side of the home, part of the duplex. So imagine about 10 feet high and another 10 feet high. There's a double stack. And you can see the split on the ceiling. Yeah, 2 more 40-footers run long ways. These 40-footers fit master bedroom. There's a walk-in closet, master bath. Hey. So you step out here onto what would be the second level exterior. You can see the 2 containers on the top level that I live in here. The 2 on my parents' side, they live in there. The center space, once again, which is that giant living room with the beams in it. Yeah, man. Super fun. Got them stacked up in a day, welded them all in. Then we kind of realized all the deck space we had. Some of it was unplanned deck space. You know, as you stack them, you have porches. So it kind of just naturally occurs if you do it right. It's pretty crazy. So he added a little elevator on his side for the time being while we live in this house. Long term, I don't know if it's gonna stay when we leave, but there's a functioning elevator built by hand. Be safe up there. They also have another deck they are headed to now. It's kind of a little fun space up there with games and you know, a space for my dad to think and work. So It's cool, man. You punch out from his space onto a rooftop deck. Come over onto my side. Kind of the same design on this side, you know, just flip-flopped. So we lack the gym, but we have the big empty room with the windows, letting a lot of light in and giving the kids a space to play in. Here's some special art pieces left by my little brother around the year 2017. We'll walk you over to the bathroom on my side real quick, just because it's fairly extravagant. So in one container here on this wall, we have our children's bedroom, our main bath, and our bedroom. So as we step into here, I think most minds are blown because the bathroom is so large. We have, you know, a full bath, we have a full shower, you got the 2 sinks, the toilet, got a little bit of it all, and we didn't sacrifice any space when it came to our kids or our bedroom. We have closets and plenty of space. So honestly, from this wall over, I mean, you can fit a bathroom this big, this fancy with 2 bedrooms on the ends, and you're good to go. You know, you really don't need much more. Maybe a little pop-up kitchen in your bedroom, you'd be perfectly fine. We didn't want to go too far into detail when it came to hiding, you know, spaces that were cut or how this wall was punched through, et cetera, et cetera. So we made all that work. This is kind of a cool thing to take a look at. Very modern in size and just in shape and form, I feel like. And this is what you get when you use InSoFast on the containers. Both sides have a layer of InSoFast. The container itself is probably right in about the center. And yeah, nice flat sides. Even without the sheetrock, that's as flat as it and nice as it gets. So, man. Yeah, can't say enough. I love InSoFast. Again, this main center space is mainly built out of stick, but the side walls are container, you know, so that InSoFast we used even on what would be the exterior of those containers, but the interior of our home. So right here is a rough idea of it being the outside of the container, right? So that wall where that piece of art was the same way, we just layered InSoFast, sheetrocked over it, and had a living room in here. So to the rear of the house, we have, like I said, a deck on each side. And if you come out, you get the feel for what it's like to stand on the top of pretty much 2 containers from end to end. So roughly here's the center. You would have, you know, 8 feet there, 8 feet here, 40 long. And like I said, what was there? Master bed, master bath, multiple closets, even a quarter of a gym and a deck all fits on the 40-foot plot on our upper half. So pretty amazing what you can fit, man. You know, banisters, you know, screw and weld in very easily. Got a little backyard, little side project that we're working on with some InSoFast product as well. So that's soon to come, maybe more towards spring. Maybe you guys, when you come next, you'll be sleeping there. I know I mentioned earlier, but as we walk through, I mean, you can see the size of the home and more of an idea of, you know, what the whole thing from end to end kind of looks and feels like. InSoFast was up in 5 days, like I said. The whole house you just walked through was insulated in 5 days. The house itself was stacked up in a day. So from getting the structure up to insulation and having a warm space to work and even stay the night if we needed to, in just about a week or two, it was rocking and rolling. Pretty crazy.
So what was your vision for building the house? Why did you guys end up building? Why did you want to do a multi-family home?
Yeah, we'd been through a personal tragedy. We lost Cole's brother, Austin, Austin Wade Barber. Yeah. And Cole, you turned to me and what was the advice you gave us as a family?
Even before we lost him, I think me and my brother, when we woke up into our reality as teens, which is, you know, really giving back to earth and being spiritual human beings, we wanted to keep our family close. You know, like I always told my parents, I wish we had a home where auntie, you know, everyone was in the same house, because then at the end of the day, the next generation will know what it's like to be nurtured by a full family and have that support, and it's very rare nowadays on earth. So I always had that idea. Then we lost my little brother, and right around the same time we lost him, I got pregnant with my first child with my wife. Yeah, and from there it kind of only made sense to stick together. It didn't make sense for my parents to for them to have come from New Mexico all the way to Colorado for the situation in the time being, and then, you know, jet right back when the situation we went through already kind of drew us closer as well. So we stuck together and found out a half a block away there was a plot of land, and for some reason it got sold to us way too easily and quickly, and yeah, man, now here we are, like you said.
It was kind of like when luck, opportunity meets, it just came together, and that's when we started putting the containers together.
Yeah, totally, man.
Brought you guys closer, and then it kind of ties into your art studio.
Yeah, yeah.
Putting forward for other people.
Yeah, always. And I think the most important part of building this home was realizing we could share this with the world. So we hope to offer this to many other families or individuals, whether it's us assisting them with the space or just opening their mind to being able to do things on your own. Our path is to get people to think outside of the box. You know, here we are living in them, but you can get people to think outside of the box. You just gotta open your mind and be expressive about it. Share your ideas. You know, there's no reason to hold back and charge for every little idea. You know, we all need to share when it comes to building a bigger, better planet like this. So
I think for us, we had 3 kind of ground rules when we built this, right? It was first had to be healthy, had to be efficient, because we didn't have a lot of time to build it. So 9 months and 1 week, our target was 8 months build with 3.5 of us, I being the half person working full time. And then the last one really was, you know, it had to meet both of those tied together, that healthy feel, that efficient feel, and that cost effective feel. And so we went right down to the insulation. How are we gonna insulate? The number one question asked of you and I when we're outside is, how did you insulate it? Is it efficient? How do you heat it? How do you cool it? They assume a cold metal box is cold or hot in the type of climate you're in. And we researched it pretty heavily, and we stumbled upon InSoFast, a panelized insulated panel that you glue in. You need simple tools. You need a caulking gun. You need something to cut it with because it's styrofoam based, has cast plastic 2x4s in it, tunnels for your electrical that you glue right into and mates into the side of the container, and had health studies along with it that has been out for many, many years, not closed cell or open cell foam, with 2x4s that you shrink your house. And so we went right down to the insulation, and InSoFast today is our partner in the build process. We won't build a single structure without it. Not because it's efficient, not because it's cost effective, because it's healthy and it's simple and it's quick. Anybody can do it, whether we glue it or they glue it. Anybody can put it in, and then you can start really working on the creative process, not what's behind the wall you want to build to create that custom home. Wouldn't you say, Cole?
Yeah, 100%. I think this whole the story we're working on now started with the idea that, you know, we wouldn't have built the house without knowing there were routes we could take that not only would cut time, but they would be worth any extra money spent or labor, you know, put in. And the InSoFast was really probably the only product we came across during the whole build that was just like anyone could take it out of the box, figure out how it puzzles together, you know, glue it in, and probably be happy with it the next day. You know, every single piece of insulation in this 10 plus container house was done in like five or so days by one person. You know, I did it all myself. And if that was pink insulation, I would have been coughing my ass off. I would have been itching forever. I don't care how much clothes I wear. I've done all of that before. It gets in and all over you, no matter what you do. And it's making that product even, you know, that can be healthy for the environment. And I know styrofoam can stick around for a minute and whatnot too, but we're talking about like very small glass shards. I mean, it makes no sense to me that that's even in traditional homes. There's so many products like that should just not belong in our everyday living, you know, way of our everyday life. InSoFast, I feel like, is perfect. You know, worst case scenario, I can, you know, we have the great flood again and Noah's building his ark. Cool, I'm just gonna probably grab all my panels out of my wall, tape them together, and I got a boat. So we're good to go.